Hello, dear listener. Welcome to a story unlike any other. A story that might change the way you see yourself and your place in the universe. Tonight I invite you to sit back, relax, and open your heart to a message that has been waiting for you. A message that reveals a truth so profound it shakes the very foundations of your soul. You see, we are all part of something far greater than we can truly comprehend, something so vast and intricate that it transcends our daily lives. Yet today we are diving deep into that mystery. This is the story of how your attitude, your very essence, has not only shaped your life, but also reached the divine realm in ways you can't yet understand. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like there's more to you than meets the eye? Have you ever sensed deep within that you were born for something special, something that the world hasn't yet seen? Well, I'm here to tell you that feeling is not a coincidence. It's not just your imagination. It's your spirit calling out to you, urging you to recognize a truth that has been hidden in plain sight. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. There's a reason you're listening to these words right now. Whether you're sitting in your room, lying in bed, or simply letting your mind wander, as you hear this, your soul is tuned into the very frequency of this message. And that's because this isn't just a story, it's your story. A story of strength, of resilience, and of divine intervention that is unfolding as we speak. And believe me when I say this is no ordinary message. This is the story of how your unshakable attitude, your constant way of being, has provoked a response so powerful that it shook the heavens. Now I know you might be thinking, wait a minute, what could I have possibly done to cause such a cosmic event? And you may be wondering, is this really for me, or is this message meant for someone else, someone greater or more special? Well, let me answer that for you right now. This message is for you. Yes, you, who may not even see the true power of your own spirit. You may feel like you've lived through challenges that no one else could understand, but in truth, those very trials have been the proving ground for something extraordinary. They have sculpted you into someone whose essence is so pure, so unwavering, that even the forces of darkness took notice. Imagine, if you will, a moment so intense, so powerful that it echoed through every dimension of existence. Imagine a moment when the divine realm, where all that is holy and sacred resides, had to stop and take notice of you, not because of a single heroic act or grand gesture, but because of something even rarer. Your consistent attitude, your way of being when no one else was watching, when you were alone, when no applause could be heard, when no one would have judged you for turning bitter or giving up. It was in those moments, my friend, that you proved something far greater than you know. And it was in that very purity of your spirit, despite everything you've been through, that something cosmic happened. A divine scream. Yes, you heard me right, a scream, but not just any scream. This was the first time in all of spiritual history that something so profound had occurred, something that caused even Lucifer, the eternal accuser, to fall into absolute silence. A scream so full of urgency that it changed the course of spiritual history. And guess what? It was your attitude that caused it. Not a single act, not a public show of faith, but your unyielding attitude, the way you kept going, the way you remained kind, compassionate, and honest, even when life tried to break you. What I'm about to share with you is something deeply personal. A revelation that has the power to reshape your understanding of yourself and the spiritual forces around you. This is the story of how your attitude made the divine realm take action, how it made God the creator of everything scream with such intensity that it reshaped the spiritual hierarchy and left even Lucifer speechless. So as we journey together through this story, I want you to remember this. Your attitude, the one you've cultivated through all the suffering, betrayal, and injustice you've faced, is not just a part of who you are, it is your greatest spiritual weapon. And the time has come for you to fully understand the power you hold in this world and beyond. Now I invite you to listen closely, because what you're about to hear will reveal to you why God had to scream, why Lucifer fell upon, how your very essence has the power to shake the foundations of existence itself. This is your moment. Let's dive in together and discover the divine truth about who you truly are. Welcome to your awakening. As we dive deeper into understanding what caused such a cosmic shift, we need to first address an important distinction that most people misunderstand: the difference between an act and an attitude. At first glance, they might seem like one and the same, but in reality they are worlds apart. And it's this distinction that holds the key to unlocking the extraordinary spiritual power you possess. An act is a single moment in time, a specific decision made under particular circumstances. Think of an act as something that has a beginning and an end, like giving a generous donation to a charity or helping someone in need. You've been hurt deeply, and the natural response, the easy response, would be to become bitter, to close off your heart, to get angry and seek revenge. But here's where your attitude comes in. Instead of letting bitterness take root, you decide to rise above it. You choose forgiveness, not because it's easy, but because you know holding on to resentment will only hurt you in the long run. Now, that's not an isolated act of forgiveness. That is your attitude in action, a consistent ongoing decision to remain kind and to resist the urge to become jaded, and to preserve your integrity even when it would be so easy to let the world corrupt you. That's the difference. It's not about one heroic act in the moment. It's about a constant, unwavering attitude that does not change with circumstances, that, my friend, is what made the heavens take notice. And this is exactly why your attitude, not your acts, provoke the divine scream. Acts come and go, but an attitude that remains pure and unshaken over time is what gets God's attention. When life hits you with betrayal, disappointment and hardship, and you choose to maintain your integrity despite everything that is, when the divine realm takes notice. Now that we understand the profound difference between an act and an attitude, it's important to explore why your attitude, your consistent, unwavering way of being, generated such a cosmic response. You see, God doesn't just observe actions, He watches for the state of your heart, the core of your being. And it's your attitude more than any single act that reveals the deepest truths about who you are and what you stand for. God's divine scream wasn't a reaction to any isolated moment of heroism. It wasn't because of something grand you did in the eyes of the world. It was because He saw something far rarer. He saw the authenticity of your spirit. He saw your ability to remain true to your character when the world gave you every reason to let go, to become bitter, or to turn away from your values. When God witnessed your attitude, your essence, standing firm in the face of all the trials that life threw at you, it wasn't just a momentary feeling of pride or affection. It was a cosmic reaction, a declaration that something truly profound had occurred. Something that demanded immediate attention. Something so pure and unyielding that it couldn't be ignored. This is where we begin to understand the significance of that divine scream. It wasn't simply a show of emotion, it was an urgent proclamation, an undeniable declaration that resounded across all dimensions of existence. God didn't just scream because He was pleased, He screamed because He knew that your attitude was the key to something far greater. It was a signal that you, the chosen one, were ready for a divine purpose that would transform not just your life but the world around you. Now, let me help you understand why this divine scream had to happen. The divine scream was not just a response to your attitude, it was a response to the cosmic urgency of your purity. And this urgency is tied to something that goes far beyond the realm of human understanding. You see, purity, true unadulterated purity, has the power to change realities. It's not a fleeting quality, it is a force that reverberates throughout all existence, influencing not just the material world, but the very fabric of spiritual dimensions. God's scream then was a reaction to the fact that your purity, your unshakable attitude, was a rare force in a world where purity is often compromised. It was a signal that your soul had become a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs light to overcome darkness. The first time, as we know from Scripture, was when Abraham demonstrated his obedience to God by preparing to sacrifice his son Isaac. The moment was so intense, so pivotal, that God had to intervene with a scream to stop Abraham before he could go through with it. This act of obedience would establish a covenant with Abraham's descendants, a covenant that is still alive today. The second scream happened on Mount Sinai when Moses received the Ten Commandments. God didn't whisper the commandments. He didn't speak them softly. No, he screamed them with thunder and power so that the people would understand the weight and the seriousness of the laws he was giving them. This wasn't just a moment of instruction, it was a divine declaration that would shape entire civilizations. The third time God screamed occurred during the crucifixion of Jesus when he cried out in anguish, my God, why have you forsaken me?" It was a moment of deep sorrow but also of cosmic significance, for in that cry, God declared that the work of redemption was complete. The scream signified that humanity's salvation was no longer a distant hope. It was a reality that had been secured forever. And then the fourth scream, the scream that transcends all others, was for you. It was for your unwavering attitude, your consistent purity, your refusal to be corrupted despite the overwhelming odds stacked against you. It was a scream that acknowledged your spiritual fortitude and declared that you had reached a level of spiritual integrity so rare that it required divine intervention. The heavens were shaken, and the spiritual forces that have waged war against humanity could not ignore the significance of what was happening. It was about the future, about the spiritual battle that continues to unfold, and about the immense responsibility that comes with the power your attitude has unleashed. By remaining pure, by refusing to be corrupted, despite the suffering, you have proven yourself to be a beacon of light, a light that cannot be extinguished by darkness. And this, my friend, is why this moment is so significant. It was not just a random event. It was a pivotal moment in the spiritual battle between light and darkness, a moment when the forces of light recognized your unwavering commitment to purity and responded accordingly. Now let's dive deeper into the silence of Lucifer. If the scream of God was an announcement, Lucifer's silence was an admission that shook the very foundation of his existence. You see, Lucifer is the accuser. His primary role is to point out flaws, to scrutinize and judge, to find fault in humanity, and bring those faults before the divine court. This is his nature. You make a choice in the moment, and once it's done, it's over. You might feel good about it for a while, but after that, life continues and the impact of that act eventually fades. It is valuable, no doubt, but acts are often temporary. They are isolated events that stem from a conscious decision, and they don't necessarily define you. On the other hand, attitude is something much deeper, something that is part of your essence. Your attitude is what drives you every day. It's the consistent way you show up in the world, no matter what life throws at you. It's not tied to any one particular event. It's the sum total of your habits, thoughts, and reactions over time. Your attitude is formed through your values, your beliefs, and how you approach both triumphs and challenges. Let me give you an example. Picture this. You've just been through a devastating betrayal, one that would make anyone question the goodness of others. And when God witnessed this purity, when he saw the unwavering consistency of your attitude, it became clear to him that something needed to be done immediately to protect that purity. The forces of darkness, Lucifer the accuser and his minions, could not be allowed to destroy what had been preserved through years of trials. And that's when God screamed. It wasn't just a shout of joy or pride, it was a divine call to action, an urgent command that resonated through all spiritual realms. A proclamation that your purity had reached a level that required divine protection and intervention. A declaration that this chosen one was now marked untouchable by the forces that seek to corrupt and destroy. Now let me address the most profound part of this entire celestial event: Lucifer's silence. You see, Lucifer's role in the spiritual realm is to be the accuser, the one who points out flaws, who challenges the purity of human souls before the divine court. His existence is one of constant accusation. In every significant moment in spiritual history, Lucifer has been present, scrutinizing, condemning and accusing humanity of their flaws. Even when Job faced his trials, Lucifer was there accusing him of only being faithful because of the blessings he had received. This is the essence of Lucifer. He cannot help but accuse. It's his nature, his purpose. He is the eternal prosecutor, the accuser who never rests, always seeking to find fault in the souls of mankind. It's what he does, it's all he knows. He is relentless, always looking for an opportunity to criticize and condemn. But something extraordinary happened when God screamed in response to your attitude. For the first time in Lucifer's existence, there was nothing for him to accuse. When God declared your purity, Lucifer tried to find something, anything to criticize. He attempted to point out your mistakes, your past flaws, your imperfections. He tried to argue that your goodness was a strategy, that it was based on selfish motives or calculated benefits. But as hard as he tried, he found nothing. There was no accusation he could bring against you that could stick. And in that moment, Lucifer fell silent. This wasn't just a silence of disbelief or frustration, it was a silence of recognition. Lucifer, the eternal accuser, who has spent eternity pointing out the flaws of every human being, could not find a single thing to criticize about you. This silence was his involuntary admission that your attitude, your consistent, unwavering purity was beyond reproach. For the first time in his entire existence, Lucifer had no words to say. This silence is not just a symbolic event. It is a profound cosmic acknowledgement that you, the chosen one, have reached a level of spiritual integrity that cannot be denied. It marks a spiritual immunity that you now possess. You are no longer vulnerable to the accusations and attacks of the enemy. You are shielded by the purity of your attitude, and that shield cannot be broken. As we explore the depths of the spiritual dynamics at play here, let's take a closer look at why God's scream was such a monumental event. When God screamed, it wasn't an emotional outburst, nor was it a simple reaction to a single moment of spiritual success. It was a declaration, one that rippled across every dimension, echoing through the heavens and the earth. And this declaration wasn't just about your attitude, it was a sign of something much larger, the divine protection and the sealing of a covenant between you and the Creator. You see, God's scream is an incredibly rare event. In the entire history of divine-human interaction, God has only screamed 4 times. 4, that's how significant this was. The scream was not a mere emotional reaction, it was a divine decree. It was God's way of announcing that you, the chosen one, had reached a level of spiritual purity and power that required divine protection and intervention. This was no longer just a matter of personal faith or inner strength. This was a cosmic moment, one that affected all dimensions of existence. This divine scream was not for a single moment. It was for a lifetime of attitude, for years of enduring hardship, for moments of kindness when cruelty would have been justified, for moments of forgiveness when bitterness would have been easy. It was a declaration that your purity had earned you a divine seal, one that marked you as untouchable by the forces of darkness. The cosmic consequence of this scream is profound. When God screamed, it wasn't just about you. It's all he does. For eons, Lucifer has been relentless in his accusations. He never stops. He has a reputation for accusing and finding fault in every human being. No matter how good someone appears to be, no matter how many righteous actions they perform, Lucifer is always there waiting to point out their imperfections. In every significant moment in history, Lucifer has been present, accusing, judging, and attempting to undermine human souls. When Job faced his trials, Lucifer was there accusing him of being faithful only because of the blessings he had received. When Joshua the high priest was being restored, Lucifer was there accusing him of his unworthiness. In fact, Lucifer's very essence is built on his role as the accuser. He is the prosecutor who cannot stop accusing. He is the eternal critic, the one who sees the flaws in everyone and everything. But what happened when God screamed for your attitude? Something profound, something that no one, not even Lucifer, could have predicted. When God declared your purity, Lucifer immediately attempted to do what he does best: accuse. He tried to find something, anything that he could use to challenge your worthiness. He attempted to point out your past mistakes, your flaws, your imperfections. He tried to argue that your kindness was a strategy, that your purity was a facade. But no matter how hard he tried, he found nothing. And in that moment, Lucifer did something that had never happened in all of spiritual history. He fell silent. For the first time, Lucifer, the eternal accuser, had no accusations to make. He had no flaws to point out, no imperfections to criticize. He was rendered speechless. This wasn't just a moment of frustration or disbelief, it was an admission that your purity was unassailable. Lucifer, who has spent his existence pointing out flaws in every human being, could not find a single flaw in you. And in that silence, something powerful happened. The accuser, who has never stopped criticizing humanity, was suddenly silenced by the purity of your attitude. This silence was an involuntary acknowledgement from Lucifer that your attitude, your essence, was so pure, so steadfast, that even the forces of darkness could not refute it. This taunts was profound, because it marked a turning point in the spiritual battle. Lucifer, who has never rested in his accusations, was finally forced to confront the undeniable truth that there exists a human being, you whose purity cannot be corrupted, whose attitude remains unbroken despite all the trials, suffering, and betrayal. And that is why the divine scream was so necessary. It wasn't just about your protection, it was about acknowledging your victory in the spiritual realm, a victory that even your greatest enemy Lucifer had to admit. And with this silence, something else happened. Lucifer's silence wasn't just a sign of his defeat. It was also a signal to the entire spiritual realm that you were now marked, that you were untouchable. It was a declaration that you were a force to be reckoned with, a being of light whose purity had been recognized by the divine and protected by the celestial realms. This silence is what solidified your spiritual immunity. From this moment forward, you are no longer vulnerable to the accusations of the enemy. The forces of darkness cannot touch you because your purity has been declared beyond reproach. You're protected by the divine scream that reverberated through all dimensions, and nothing can undo the cosmic shift that has occurred. Now that we understand the significance of Lucifer's silence and the divine scream, it's important to recognize the mark that has been placed upon you. This is not just a symbolic gesture, it is a real energetic seal that marks you as a chosen one. This seal is not something that can be seen with the physical eye, but it is felt on a spiritual level. It is a mark of divine protection, of spiritual immunity, and of a mission that is unfolding before you. This mark is not just a sign that you are protected, it is also a sign that you have been chosen for something greater. Your life is now intertwined with a larger divine purpose, and the forces of darkness will not be able to stop it. You're a part of a greater plan that is beginning to unfold, and this plan is designed to bring about transformation, healing, and spiritual awakening on a massive scale. But with this mark comes responsibility. You've been given this protection not for your benefit alone, but for a greater purpose. You are now a key player in the spiritual battle, and your role is to continue maintaining your purity, to continue choosing kindness and compassion, and to continue inspiring others with your unwavering attitude. Your purity is a beacon of light in a dark world, and it has the power to transform not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. As we bring this story to a close, it is crucial that you take a moment to reflect on everything we've shared. The cosmic events, the divine scream, and the profound silence of Lucifer. This is not just a tale of what happened in the heavens. No, this is a story that has been unfolding in your life whether you realized it or not. It's the story of your unwavering attitude, your consistent purity, and the divine forces that are now at work in your life. You may be wondering, what does this mean for me moving forward? After all, receiving divine protection, the silence of Lucifer, and the acknowledgement of your purity is only the beginning. this mark, this spiritual immunity, this cosmic shift. These are the first steps on a journey that will unfold in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. And as much as it may seem overwhelming or surreal, you're ready for this next chapter. The truth is, the divine scream and the silence of the accuser were not random. These events were the result of the life you've lived, the choices you've made, and the unwavering attitude you've maintained through countless trials. You're now standing at the precipice of something greater. It's no coincidence that you are hearing these words right now in this very moment. The time for understanding your power, your divine purpose, and your true nature has arrived. You are not just an ordinary person going through life, you are a chosen one, and your life is destined for greatness. But with that greatness comes responsibility. This is not a time for complacency. No, it's a time for action. You've been marked by God, chosen for something profound, and now the world needs you to step into your purpose with boldness and clarity. It's time to walk confidently in your calling and to recognize that your attitude, your essence, has the power to transform not just your own reality, but the reality of those around you. You've been given the divine gift of influence, and it's time to use that influence for good, for healing, and for light. So what does it mean to walk boldly in this divine purpose? It means choosing every day to remain true to who you are, no matter the external circumstances. It means embracing the challenges, knowing that they are not there to break you, but to build you into the person you are meant to be. It means being unafraid to shine your light even when the world feels dark. And most importantly, it means understanding that you are never alone. The archangels are with you. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, each one assigned to protect, guide, and heal you on this journey. Their presence is a constant reminder that you are covered by the divine protection. But there is something else, something more profound that you must understand. The silence of Lucifer doesn't just mean you're immune from attack. It means that your very existence has become a statement to the universe. It means that you are a force to be reckoned with, a force that the darkness cannot touch. It means that even in your quietest moments, you are making a statement that reverberates across all spiritual dimensions. Your consistency, your purity, your refusal to become corrupted is louder than any act of defiance or any battle fought with weapons. You are now part of a greater spiritual army, a community of chosen ones who have been called to stand together in this pivotal moment of human history. And while you may feel isolated at times, remember this. You are not alone. There are others like you, those who have also maintained their purity in a world that constantly seeks to corrupt. There are 200 people on this planet who share this divine mark with you, and though you may not yet know who they are, you will find them. The divine orchestration of your lives is already at work. You will meet these people, and together you will create something so powerful that it will change the very fabric of this world. You see, this is not just about you. This is about a collective effort, a spiritual movement that transcends individual lives and touches the very soul of humanity. The chosen ones are being called together to create something that the world has never seen before, a world of peace, of compassion, of integrity. And you, my friend, are a crucial part of that movement. But let's bring this down to a personal level. What does this mean for you in the day-to-day? How does this divine recognition impact the way you live your life from now on? The truth is, it should change everything. You've been living with divine protection, but now it's time to live with divine intention. Every decision you make, every relationship you nurture, every action you take, let it be guided by the purity of your spirit. Let it be a reflection of the light you carry within you. The world will test you, people will doubt you, but remember, those who are meant for greatness are never easily understood or accepted. The journey of the chosen one is never an easy one. It requires courage, resilience, and unwavering faith, but you are built for this. The very fact that you've endured all the trials that have come your way has proven that you have the strength to carry out the divine purpose that awaits you. I know that you've faced challenges. I know that there have been times when you felt like giving up, when you've been betrayed, misunderstood, or left to suffer in silence. But every one of those moments has prepared you for this very moment. Every time you chose to remain kind, to remain pure, to forgive when others wouldn't, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. And now the world is waiting for you to step into that purpose with courage and conviction. The universe is aligning itself to support you. Divine doors that were once closed will begin to open for you, and opportunities will come knocking in ways you never imagined. These aren't coincidences. They are the result of your divine alignment. And as you continue on this path, remember that the forces of light are not just watching you from afar, they are walking with you, guiding you every step of the way. As we close today's journey, know that this is not the end, it's the beginning. The beginning of a new chapter in your life, one that will be marked by divine favor, protection, and guidance. It is a chapter where you are called to shine, to lead, and to inspire. Your attitude has already proven your worth in the eyes of God, and now it's time to embrace that, share that truth, and let it shape every aspect of your life. So as we bid farewell, remember this: you're a chosen one, and you carry within you the divine light that can change the world. Your purity, your attitude, your spirit, they are your most powerful tools. And with them, you're more than capable of fulfilling the divine mission set before you. Take this message with you, carry it in your heart, and never forget the profound truth that has been revealed to you today. You are marked by God, untouchable by darkness, and destined for greatness. Walk boldly in that truth and let your life be a testament to the divine power that resides within you. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, stay true to your essence and let your light continue to shine brightly. The world is waiting for you.